Here are 5 things that I did, but I wish I didn't do. You're going to be surprised at this. Number 5, I think, is going to be the most beneficial, but number 1 is probably going to shock you. Number 1, I wish that I didn't study as hard as I did in college. Now hang with me here. I'm anal retentive. Okay, I have so much energy, and I'm gonna call myself an overachiever, and that's wrong. But I maybe have an inferiority complex, but I needed to get straight A's in college and in chiropractic school. And I studied my rear end off. I'm gonna tell you a secret, and that is that when the semester would start, we would get a list of the textbooks that we need to buy for the next year or for the next semester. And as soon as I can get my classes, as soon as I got the list of the books that we needed, I would go buy those books literally 3 weeks before class started, and I would start reading. And by the time the semester started, I was on chapter 5. I was ahead of the class, and I studied really hard. Also, in my pre-medical studies, you had to pick classes, and in the school that I went to, in the university, there were only 2 chemistry instructors, and one was just insanely hard. The other one everybody knew was kind of an easier A. And every student that wanted to go into medicine, grades were how you got into these schools. They all wanted straight A's. So everybody wanted this guy's class because it was an easier A, because organic chemistry was just so hard to learn. Well, since I knew that everybody was going for this and this was the hard instructor, I took it upon myself that I wanted the hard instructor. I wanted the challenge. Everybody said, there's no frickin' way you're gonna get an A in that guy's class. He fails everybody. He tries to make it hard. He tricks you on the test. That was the MO of the guy. And I just thought to myself, bring it on. So when everybody was trying to sign up for this class, I went and signed up for his. I was in his class for a year, organic chemistry. I got A's, but it was not easy. I studied really hard. That's what I did. But in hindsight, I wish I hadn't. I wish I had more fun in college. I spent a lot of time not being with friends and not doing things, all to get an A. Who cares? Now, this afforded me a lot of things, but I wish I hadn't done it. I could have got B's and done just as well. Same thing with chiropractic school. I was a maniac. I mean, I wanted straight A's. My goal was to be the best chiropractor ever. And so that meant straight A's. But I missed out on a lot of fun. I could have got A minuses and had more fun, but I didn't. Number 2, and this goes along with the same type of thing. I did not ever travel. I didn't travel. I didn't see Europe. Looking back, I had an opportunity in the university to travel abroad for a semester. They had these programs where for the same price of going to college here in America, you can go to Italy, Spain, France. I could have gone and seen places. I would love to go to Italy and just climb the Alps on a bike. It'd be great. You hear these stories about people that, they got on a plane and landed in Europe with $50 in their pocket and they just hiked through the mountains and just figured things out for 3 months. That would have been awesome. I didn't do it. And now, for a number of reasons, I can't. And also, truthfully, I don't want to. Right now, I don't know if I'd want to go certain places. It's kind of dangerous. But there's other reasons, you have responsibilities now. If you have a disabled child or a parent that's sick, something like that, you can't just be selfish and go and do fun stuff. Not only that, but oh my God, my bones are old, my muscles are old. As a young person, you could probably ride your bike in the French Alps or the Italian Alps or the Dolomites and never get tired. Now I do a long ride, the next day I need a rest day. I didn't do that. Number 3, and this has got good and bad points. I was very frugal with money. We did not live beyond our means. I don't know why we didn't, because everybody does. My wife and I used to watch the show Susie Orman. I read a book called The Millionaire Next Door. And those really influenced me to save money, to not spend beyond what you have. And I could tell you that as you get older, a weird thing happens for some people, not everyone, is once you actually have money, it's kind of cool. Except, who cares? Who cares? If I knew that money was not going to be an issue, I probably would have not been as frugal, done more things, experienced more things as a young person. It's too late now, but they say money doesn't buy happiness, but the only people that ever say that are people with money. When you don't have money, I could tell you this, money will buy you happiness. If I have a bicycle, if I have nice clothes, notice I pointed to the scrubs as nice clothes. See, that's the frugal in me. But a nice car, a good house, good food, all those things cost money. So when you have zero money, money buys happiness. Don't BS me and say that money doesn't buy happiness. Being poor sucks. But at a certain level, money does not buy happiness. And I think I was too frugal when I was young. I'm successful now, but who cares? Who cares? Now this one, number 4, this we did, and I wish I didn't, was everybody said real estate, real estate, real estate. It's the best investment you could ever make. We've bought rental properties. We've bought real estate and rented them. And I should have invested in companies like Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer and Merck. I'd be more rich now than if I bought rental properties. I can't tell you, holy crap, the stories. Now, we may have just been unlucky, maybe we were, but squatters, people live in disgust, people destroy your stuff. We were told this too, if you buy property and rent it, residential property, people are going to destroy it. They don't care about it, it's not theirs anyway. Oh, holy shnikes, were they accurate. And so all these rental property ideas are good on paper. It just didn't work out for us. That's something we did that I wish we did not do. Now, here's the big one, and thank you for hanging tight with me on this, because number 5 is something that I did, and I wish I didn't, and it's more of a philosophical thing, but I used to blame others for things. When something went wrong in my life, I used to not blame myself, but I would blame others. The rental property, it was my fault, but I would blame the economy, I would blame others. All the things I just mentioned, I would blame other people for the reasons I did it. But ultimately, the best thing I ever learned how to do is to take responsibility for my own actions. And I've learned to say that I have no regrets, even though this video is like 5 regrets, But no, they're not regrets. They're learning experiences, and I'm the one that made the decision anyway. So I have no one to blame. Based on the information I had at the time, I made the right decision at that time. I studied hard because I had something to prove. I studied hard because I thought that was the best method to become who I was going to become. Turns out I didn't have to study as hard, but at the time, I'm the one that made the decision. It wasn't the school's fault. I didn't travel as a young person because I was dedicated towards getting good grades. And I valued that. Do I regret it? No. Do I wish I hadn't done it? Yeah. There's a difference between that. There's a difference between regret and just wishing you hadn't done it. I was frugal. My wife was frugal. We made good decisions. We're getting the benefits today from being frugal a long time ago. It's not a regret. It's just I wish I knew stuff back then that I know now, and don't we all? But no, it's blaming others. So I'm going to give you a bonus. This is a big bonus. And this is controversial because so many people in the comments section, wow, a lot of you have married the wrong person. But one thing I did that I don't regret is getting married. And I'm not saying that because my wife edits the videos. I'm saying that because I have been blessed and I got lucky, because that's the only explanation I have for my successful marriage. It isn't because I did anything right. It's because I got frickin' lucky. The married life, if done well, the married life, if you're with the right person, is the greatest thing that's happened to me. Having said that, we have plenty of friends that are divorced, some of them multiple times. And I could say being divorced is not good. Now, there's many that have gotten divorced and are a lot happier now, but there's a lot of people that were angry when they were married and were so pissed off at their spouse that they got divorced and they're still angry. They're just single now. They claim they're happier, but man, are they angry. What are your thoughts on this? Did you do something that you wish you hadn't done? Do you blame others? Do you have regrets? Or do you see them as learning experiences? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below.